Hello students, welcome to Edura. I am Swati Muna, your chemistry mentor, and we are here to discuss few past year questions for the chapter Redox Reactions. So let's start with the first one. Oxidation number of potassium in K2O, that is potassium oxide, K2O2 potassium peroxide, and KO2 potassium superoxide respectively is option A +2, +1 and +half, option B +1, +1 and +1, option C +1, +4 and +2, and option D +1, +2 and +4. Now students, just keep in mind that for an oxide compound, the oxidation number of oxygen is -2. So, taking potassium's oxidation number to be X, and since there are two potassiums, we get an equation which is 2x minus 2, which is equal to 0. So, the value of X here will be +1. Also, for a peroxide compound, the oxidation number of oxygen is -1. And since there are two oxygens, so the total will be -2. Again, taking the oxidation number of potassium to be X, we get an equation 2x minus 2 equal to 0. Again, X is equal to +1. Lastly, for a superoxide, oxidation number of oxygen is -half. And since here are two oxygens, we get a total of -1. So the equation becomes X minus 1 is equal to 0. Thus, X is equal to +1. So students, here, the oxidation number of potassium is +1, +1 and +1 in all the three compounds. And the correct answer is option B. Moving on to the next question. The oxidation states of iron atoms in compounds A, B and C respectively are X, Y and Z. And the sum of X, Y and Z is... Now students, compound A is a complex with Na4, FeCN 5 times and NOS. Compound B also a complex, Na4, FeO4, and compound C, Fe2, CO 9 times. Now here students, in order to find the oxidation state of iron, we have to know that sodium has an oxidation state of +1. Cn, that is cyanide, has an oxidation state of -1. And NOS, nitrososulfonide, has an oxidation state of -1. So making the equation, we get oxidation state of iron to be X plus 5 times -1 and NOS, which is -1. We get a total of X is equal to +2. So in the first compound, the oxidation state of iron is +2. For compound B, oxidation state of iron is Y. And oxidation state for oxygen is -2. So students, the equation becomes Y plus 4 times -2 and we get Y to be +4. Lastly, for the C compound, taking oxidation state of Fe to be Z, students, the carbonyl ligand, that is CO, has an oxidation state of 0. So here, oxidation state for iron, that is Z, also equal to 0. Now, the sum of oxidation states, that is the sum of X, Y and Z, will be 4 plus 2 plus 0, which equals 6. So here students, the final answer is 6. Moving on to the next question. The oxidation states of transition metal atoms in K2Cr2O7, that is potassium dichromate, KMnO4, potassium permanganate and K2FeO4, potassium ferrate respectively are X, Y and Z. Now, the sum of X, Y and Z will be... So students, in order to find the sum, we need to find the oxidation states. So remember, the oxidation state for potassium is +1. For oxygen, it is -2. So making the equation, that is 2 times +1, 2 times chromium's oxidation number, which is X, and 7 times the oxidation number of oxygen. We get a total of X to be +6. Similarly, for KMnO4, again potassium +1, Mn to be Y, and 4 times -2. We get Y to be +7. And lastly, 2 times potassium, that is +1, Fe to be Z, and oxygen again to be -2. So 4 times -2. We get Z to be +6. Now students, the sum of X, Y and Z will be 6 + 7 + 6 equals 19. So here your answer is 1919. Now students, the next question says, for the reaction I-, that is iodide, with ClO3-, that is chlorate, in the presence of sulfuric acid, H2SO4, we get products Cl-, that is chloride, HSO4-, and I2, that is loss of iodine. The correct statements in the balanced equation is option A, stoichiometric coefficient of HSO4- is 6. Option B, iodide is oxidized. Option C, sulfur is reduced. And option D, water is one of the products. Students, in order to find the correct statements, let's first solve the equation. In this equation, we can see that iodine is changing from oxidation number -1 to 0, which means it loses 1 electron. And chlorine changes from oxidation number +5 to -1, which means it gains 6 electrons. Now, in order to balance this redox, let's balance iodine. That is, let's put a 6 on the reactant side and let's make it 3I2 on the product side. Also, after balancing the redox, let's balance all the other elements, for which we put a 6 with H2SO4 and a 6 with HSO4-. Thus, we get a balanced redox reaction. Now students, as we can see from the reaction, we know that statement A, statement B and statement D are the correct statements. Moving on to the next one. The compound that cannot act both as oxidizing and reducing agent is option A, H3PO4, phosphoric acid. Option B, HNO2, nitrous acid. Option C, H2SO3, sulfurous acid. And option D, H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. Students, let's first find the oxidation numbers for these compounds. For the first compound, that is H3PO4, phosphoric acid, oxidation number of phosphorus is +5. For the second compound, HNO2, nitrous acid, oxidation number of nitrogen is +3. For the third compound, H2SO3, the oxidation number for sulfur is +4. And for the last compound, H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, the oxidation number for oxygen is -1. So now we can see that H3PO4, that is phosphoric acid, is in its highest oxidation state. As in, phosphorus is in its highest oxidation state of +5 and cannot be further oxidized. Means it cannot act as a reducing agent. So student, here your correct option is option A. So students, these were the advanced and mains level past year questions. Hope you have enjoyed the session. This is me, Swati Muna, signing off. Keep learning, keep practicing, and thanks for watching Edura.